Hello, welcome to my BCM 2117 documentary pitch. Let's start off with a basic synopsis of what my documentary is about. This documentary will be following a group of university students living away from home for the first time. All coming from different paths, but connecting over the shared experience of living away from home. A coming of age story of sorts, documenting this group's experiences traversing adulthood for the first time. You will see the highs and the lows of this time, from them trying to manage their own finances for the first time to trying to keep up with the university workload whilst balancing their own social lives. We will see them build personal connections with each other that will last a lifetime. The aim, of course, is to accurately represent the experience of living away from home through the lens of university students for the first time. Well, as someone who is also experiencing the transition into adulthood, I can say it's fairly confusing. The goal with this project is to show a real depiction of what the transition is like, especially for university students. The key audience in my mind is people aged from 16 to 24 because they would either be just about to go through this transition or are going through it right now. This project would hopefully give younger people the insight into what the transition will be like from high school to university, especially if they decide to live away from home. And for people who are already in this experience, hopefully they can relate with the documentary and are able to empathize with the common issues faced during this time period. The documentary will be shot in an observational style and also feature individual interviews with the participants involved. I decided that the observational fly on the wall approach will be the best for this project, as it will be the best at getting an accurate and unbiased view of the situation, which is key to the goal stated prior. The interviews would be used so the participants in the documentary can talk more personally about their experiences, hopefully building an emotional connection with the viewer. My plan at this moment is to film over a 3-day period, having specific shooting times. The aim is during these 3 days to capture different aspects of their lives. For example, on day 1, we might see them studying, whilst on day 3, we would see them having fun and socializing more. The project would require certain pieces of equipment, including cameras, preferably a DSLR, as it will be easy to move around with and allow us to follow them. Lav mics, so each participant in a documentary can be mic'd up, camera stabilizers and tripod for the cameras, and a light box for the interviews. For this project, we do have to consider some ethical issues. The biggest being participants' privacy. Even though I have already been given permission to film this project and they understand they will be on camera and mic'd up, we have to balance the personal privacy of the individuals involved too. It will be a constant balancing act between getting footage to accurately show the experience whilst understanding that we would need to be respectful to their privacy. For my proof of concept, I conducted interviews with 2 people who will be in the documentary, Caitlin and Estelle. I chose to do the interviews for my proof of concept because the individuals involved are the heart of this project. And the interviews will give them more of a platform to express themselves in the documentary. But here's my proof of concept. Thank you for listening.
My experience so far living away from home has been a lot of fun. I've met a lot of new people and I've made a lot of good friends.
I'd say it's like nice to have your own independence a little bit, like you get to grow as your own person instead of being around your family all the time, and it's just like a lot of fun.
What's the biggest hardship you faced being independent for the first time out of home?
Definitely finance. Terrible with money.
Definitely a big one would have to be money and being able to afford to survive. And it's also hard being away from family and not being as involved in everything that's going on.
Family to you is very important, right?
Yes.
Being around your family?
No, like I miss them, but it's a part of life.
If you could describe the group of people that will be participating in this documentary in one word, what would you describe them?
Family.